Hey guys, so I left off with my near relapse. I gotta backtrack a little bit because there's a little backstory to it. So I guess it was a couple of years, um, probably 2 years into my sobriety, but I had a hysterectomy and I got gas medicine, of course, and little by little over those few weeks, I was abusing them. In my mind, I thought in the beginning I could control it, but I quickly found out I couldn't. But at least this time when I ran out, I didn't try to go find from anywhere else. Instead, when I got better completely, I went to work with my husband and was doing very well for a little while. Um, until I had a crash incident with a tree limb and it broke my nose. Um, when that happened, I was home a lot. Um, and because I was home a lot, I fell into a very, very deep depression, um, which resulted eventually in me having seizures a lot more, um, quite a bit actually. So I finally went to the doctor and was given seizure meds that kept me pretty well knocked out. Like I, there's a lot that by the time passed by that I really don't know. Um, thank God I had such a wonderful husband like I did because he took care of the kids and all that stuff. But I fell into a very deep depression, and then you add all the medicine the doctors had me on. It was sending me back down that road. Okay, in a couple of years after the hysterectomy, I started showing signs and symptoms of fibromyalgia, and I told myself then, no, I'm not going to the doctor for it. I'm going to be fine. Well, I wasn't fine, and I ended up having to go to the doctor. Me being who I am, again, this was 3 or 4 years into my recovery, I thought that I would be able to handle a prescription. I even agreed with my husband to hold on to it and only give me what I needed to have, which made him public enemy number one in my world. He couldn't leave me in the truck or whatever vehicle we were driving at the time without me stealing them from him if I found them. He hid them everywhere he could, and I would find them. And through all of this, I started acting out in ways that I'm not very proud of. I started to hang out with people that, maybe I shouldn't have been hanging out with. And then I woke up one day and I didn't have my husband or kids around me. And a light bulb hit. Is this really how you want to spend your life? You work really hard to get out of that. You're doing good now. You really want to give it all up? The answer was no, I did not. So I, confessed to my husband everything that had been going on. Um, told my kids that I was sorry for everything, that I had been putting them through because while I am on meds, I am a holy terror. My attitude's horrible. I'm just a horrible person on that stuff. It's like the beast within comes out, and it's terrible. So I apologize to my kids. I apologize to my husband. And I picked myself back up. I have not touched one since. I'm scared too. It almost cost me everything. But I learned something from it. Do not let myself get bored, which is what leads me to the next part of my story. And I will talk about that in the next video. Thank you for letting me share. Have a good evening.